Hey there! Today we're going to talk about a pen by this brand, Duke. Duke is a brand from China, and this is my first brand. No, this is my first pen by that brand. I've reviewed another one, but that was a pen someone loaned to me. This is my first Duke. Okay, so the box, this slides off. Then you just have this, which is interesting, with these ribs. And the pen is fascinating. When I saw it, I had to have it. That's right, it's a snakeskin pattern. I have a pen that has a dragon on it, and this is a pen that is a snake pattern pen. Now, before you go all wild over this and think, wow, that must have an awesome texture, it doesn't. It's completely smooth. And in fact, when you, well, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but you actually see lines, diagonal lines running like this. So it's like it's some type of laminated, like a sticker they just put on there. Except it's not really a sticker to the extent you can't pull it off. It feels like metal, so I'm not sure how they did this. I don't really care. I just thought it was cool. I mean, come on, you've got to have a pen that has a snakeskin pattern. You've got to have it. This was another one of my 99-cent pens. I scour the eBay for that. Pens from China costing 99 cents plus shipping. I think this one was delivered to my door for under $10 or something. So that's you know, I think these are pretty good deals usually. Okay, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and I'll do a writing sample. But first, we cover the past of the pen. And it starts... I shouldn't talk into my cup, otherwise I sound like Darth Vader. Luke, I am your father. Well, anyway. On top is this sort of mother of pearl thing. Clearly, it's real mother of pearl at 99 cents. And then around that is a black thing, and then we have a chrome thing for the clip. The clip has a crown on it, which is... where did I put that box? I'm pretty sure that's Duke's logo. It's not on the box, actually. I thought it was. Never mind. This kind of reminded me of Jinhao. Jinhao also does this. You know, this sort of wider metal on the clip. As to the clip, very springy. This is the type of clip I like. It's springy enough to you know, retain a pen, but you can actually use it with just your thumb. You can actually make it move. It's not too tight to be useful. Then we have a cap band, which says Duke, and then some type of two D's hooked into each other. I guess it's a double D pen. Nothing wrong with that. It says 962, so I'm assuming that is the type, the model of the pen. And then it has the barrel, nicely rounded off. It's nothing fancy on the bottom end of the barrel. Slip cap, black plastic section, little metal ring there with a step down, then some type of cap lip. It's right there to keep the cap in place, make sure it clicks in place. Now you have the nib. The nib has that crown again, and it says Duke. I think it's a fine. It is fine, as far as I'm concerned, in multiple ways. And, well, nothing fancy here, just a feed and no fantastic decoration. It came with a converter. The converter says Germany. And on the other side it says Duke. As far as I know, that's produced in China, but, you know, who am I to disagree? Simple converter, piston type. Just a push-in converter. Has one of those little metal things that we are finding in increasing numbers in Chinese converters to keep the ink, you know, to make sure the ink flows well. Pen posts well, cap slides in place, doesn't fall off like that. Very decent size when posted. pretty decent size when not posted. Fairly thin pen, thin barrel, thin section. Compared to a Montblanc 146, kind of in for a shock, right? But it's a decent pen. Okay, so those are the parts. That snake skin, I mean, seriously, it's awesome. What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, it's the simple pen. For these amounts of money, it's unreasonable to expect a fantastic pen. It's a steel nib. It works well. It writes. I put it in a bottle of ink, draw up ink to the converter, wipe it off, put it to the paper. It writes. No problems. The nib, I think, is a little bit dry. So far, pretty much all the pens I've bought in China are a little dry. Now you can just, the nib and the feet are friction fit, you just pull them out, you take a brass shim, you carefully put it from the breather hole end, and you push it towards the nib tines, at least to the tipping of the tines. I have a video on nib smoothing, and I think I show you how to do the widening there. And if not, I can do that. It's a very simple thing. So you just do that, and it'll get a little wetter usually, and that's really all there's to it. So that's one thing. I like the overall looks of the pen. As I said, simple, all metal. It feels like it's decently made. It will not dent by, you know, just squeezing it or something. Seriously, the snake pattern. I mean, come on. It's tacky, but it's fun. Anything else about it I don't like? No, not really. I think it's a decent pen for what I paid. And that's all there's to it. So that's what I can tell you about the pen. I think we should have a writing sample. Yeah. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, so here we go with the Duke 962 snake pen. The nib is fine. I would call it a fine. And the ink, I'm thinking hard now. Oh, that is Lierre Sauvage by Gerbin. Okay, do a bit of writing. Notice the sort of skipping qualities. Skipping snake. Fast writing. I think you'll agree with me that there's some skipping. You see it here, you see it there, saw it here, maybe there a little, see it here. So these fast upstrokes, that's where you get the skipping. Downstrokes not as badly, and I was applying some pressure there, but even with no pressure that seems to be the case. Is that a bad thing? Well, no. I think it's just, you know, a lot of these Chinese pens that I've used, they tend to be a little on the dry side. This is just out of the box. I wanted to show you that. It's very easy to make it a little wetter. You can take the nib and the feet out, put a brass shim in there, and you move it up and down a bit. You know, if you just sit down for it, and you know, in a couple of minutes, you've probably got a wetter pen, and that will work. General wetness. So what you see here, that's wet. This is already dry. What you see here is that white, sort of the bits of white. If I were to take a pen which I know that it's quite a bit wetter, something like this, here I have a Delta Dolce Vita, just to give you a comparison. And you would see a truly wet pen. You see that side is still wet too. Now, there's nothing wrong. I mean, nothing wrong with it. Some people like a wetter pen, some people like a drier pen. I'll probably make this a little wetter. Now, when it comes to line variation, clearly this is not marketed as a flex pen, but you are actually able to get some flexibility out. That's a good word to try it. You know, a lot of people use Egypt because of all the loops. I'm quite loopy myself, so I just prefer hello. I think that works. So that's all that's to it. The Duke 962 in snake finish. An interesting pen. Pretty fascinating. Was very cheap, and I think it's a pretty decent little pen. At least it's different with that snakeskin pattern. So, you know, for the money, I think it's pretty good value. So I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.